All right, guys, one thing I would love to prove in this video, like this video, I did the video purposely. I took my time with the editing and everything. I did it purposely because I wanted to use it as an example to pass a message to South Africans and other Africans who have the tendency to believe that Nigerians are suffering, Nigerians are poor, Nigerians are not having anything good to write home about. So this video is basically a proof to show South Africans and other Africans that Nigerians in some local states, not even Abuja, Lagos. Yeah. So I'm not like calling your state local, no vex, I beg. But I'm just like trying to say that Nigerians in places like Benin City, they have access to better life. The standard of living is actually even far better than what so many of these so-called black South Africans making noise online have access to in their country. This is shocking, right? It will shock you. I'm telling you the truth. And this is how we need to start making them understand the realities. Because when we just talk about Nigeria, it generalizes and they don't understand. So we cannot even use Nigeria as an example to talk about an issue with Ghana, Cameroon, or other African countries, including South Africa. I feel like Nigeria is too great or too big or bigger than that standard. So we have to use some states. For example, in this video, I'm just using what the people in the Benin City in Nigeria. Benin is in Edo. Edo is a state. So for South Africans who are watching this video and you don't understand what I'm talking about, Edo is just a state in Nigeria and their capital is Benin City. So I'm showing you what these people in the Benin City have access to, what they enjoy, their daily life, the opportunities they get, how they live, their standard of living. So you as a South African, you can ask yourself, do you have access to this kind of standard places in your country? How many black South Africans have standards to these quality places? How many black South Africans can actually get up in a day and be proud to say, no, I can visit anywhere I want to go visit in my country. I can have access to any kind of place I want to go in my country. How many black South Africans can come out and tell us that? How many of them do have the money? How many of them can afford it? That's what we are looking at in this particular video. So basically, the Benin City, I said it in my previous video, has a university called Uniben, and it said that Nelson Mandela actually came to the school. He actually studied in the University of Benin during the apartheid. Many South Africans will argue that, but that's a fact. Not only did Nigeria help the South Africans, but Nigeria also gave them the opportunity to use the Nigerian passport, come and live in Nigeria until the apartheid ended before they could go back. So as you can see here in Benin, which is one of the greatest kingdoms in Africa in general, because the Benin kingdom existed before even the name Nigeria came to existence. The Benin people have access to a whole lot. You're seeing so many game stations their children have access to. Their children are playing here. See, you will never come here and see a white child or a white man trying to control anything. Like every game, every facility you're looking at here, all these beautiful things you're seeing here are for the children. As you can see, those are black, young Nigerian kids who come here on regularly, like on daily basis, to have access to these beautiful places and enjoy. Nigerian kids, that's how they live their lives. So I'm just beginning. This is just the beginning of more. I'm going to show you a lot more in this video. So calm down as we take you to another level of exposure about what's going on in Nigeria, because a lot of Africans are truly ignorant when it comes to Nigeria. The thing that people know is Nigeria music. The other thing people know about Nigeria is scam, is Yahoo. Everybody thinks Nigerians are Yahoo people. Nigerians are this. Nigerians are poor. Nigerians are this. Nigerians are that. There's no electricity in Nigeria. But then, how do you run a facility like this? How do you run a place like this without electricity? How do you run a place, a business that requires light? Because what I'm showing you right now is like a paradise where you have cinemas, playgrounds, a whole lot. And all of this require light. All of this requires energy, requires power. So those who have concluded that Nigeria is like basically a country living in the dark, how do you expect them to run this kind of facilities if they don't have electricity? Now, one thing we must understand, this is my second time visiting Nigeria, in just less than 3 months. So basically, I've come to understand that the Nigerian power sector is not electricity like the hydroelectric electricity power based. You understand? Like Nigerians have invested so much in other sources of electricity, like every hotel, every building, every structure, they don't depend on electricity power. Like they have other sources. So the fact that they have the national electricity, which always fails, doesn't make it clear that Nigerians are always in the dark because of lack of electricity. No, there are so many other ways the Nigerians have, found to survive or to use or to generate electricity. Like, for example, they use gas to generate electricity in Nigeria. There are so many solar companies in Nigeria. I don't think there's any African country that can be on the same level with Nigeria in terms of solar power and gas power or different kinds of means of generating electricity. So that's what many Africans are still ignorant about Nigeria, and especially South Africans, Ghanaians, and of course Cameroonians and other Africans. So this video is an educative video. It's not like I want to bash South Africans. I want to tell you people that Nigerians are better than you. No, I just want to educate you so you understand what Nigeria is all about. But it doesn't end with fancy places for children and luxurious cinemas and all of that stuff. You will still find a whole lot of classic supermarkets, classic grocery shopping, classic. And South Africans, they have this tendency of thinking that every supermarket in Nigeria is ShopRite, ShopRite. So basically, a lot of them think that ShopRite is owned by South Africans and they control the Nigerian malls and the Nigerian shopping market. But that's not true. There are a whole lot of other shopping brands in Nigeria. Where you come, you discover other brands. So people are just ignorant and they just rush into conclusions without understanding actually what is going on in the Nigerian economy. So basically, Nigerians have wealth. Nigerians are wealthy. And I'm not saying that there are not poor Nigerians. Every African country has poor people. But for Africans to generalize or put Nigerians under the bracket of poverty, the poverty capital of Africa, that is what I'm against. I'm not saying that you will not find a poor person in Nigeria. Take note. You get it? But there are so many wealthy people in this country. Because when you enter Nigeria, when you start living in Nigeria, when you start visiting Nigeria, you begin to understand, you begin to see that, come on, this country is far beyond what we see on the social medias. This country is far beyond what people tell us on blogs. This country has so much that Africa needs to discover, that Africans need to learn, that Africans need to see, because Africans really need to study what Nigerians are made of. Yeah. Nigerians have a tendency of not being proud. They don't showcase what they have. Like, if each state in Nigeria was to boast of what that state has, if every state in Nigeria was to be talking about themselves, parading their infrastructure, parading their investment, parading their billionaires, I don't think Africans would disrespect Nigerians. I don't think so. You understand? Because Nigeria is so wealthy, so rich, everybody is so busy, focused on trying to make money. Nobody cares what the neighbor has. Nobody cares on what is going on. Everybody is busy struggling to make money. And many Nigerians are busy struggling to criticize the government so the government can do more. They are criticizing so they want more, because a lot of them have been open to countries that are like Europe, America, and for them, they feel like Nigeria should be in that same level. You get it? So when you see Nigerians criticizing their country, don't join them and jump into it and start talking down Nigeria, because they might be criticizing their country, but they are still far better than so many other African countries. That one must be taken home. Take, for instance, this is just like a lodge or like a resort or a chilling area in Nigeria where, kids and people come and stay. Like, it's also like an estate. Some people just stay here permanently, even though it has an hotel, it has other parts. And I'm not like saying Nigeria. This is Benin City, because this is up to nothing in other parts of Nigeria. This is actually nothing in Lagos, nothing in Abuja. But you see something of this standard in Benin City, where Benin youths, Benin kids, Benin people can just go there on weekends and flex. Here they have swimming pools, they have basketball courts, they have relaxation places, and just behind it, you could see classic real estate properties. You could see luxurious real estate properties where people will get money. People will get money, they go and chill. So, average South Africans do not have access to this. We all know how South Africans communities look like, the black. We know the difference between the black South African communities and the white South African communities. And we all know that black South Africans, majority of you, an average black South African, do not have access to what I'm showing you on the screen right now. But here, it's an optional thing for Nigerians in Benin City. I'm not saying like Nigeria in Nigeria, because if I bring in Lagos here, you guys will just be overwhelmed. If I bring in Abuja here, you guys will just be overwhelmed. That is the reality. So an average Nigerian kid growing up in Benin City has nothing to envy from a South African kid. Has nothing, absolutely nothing. An average Nigerian kid, because these facilities, they are basically accessible by every Nigerian child, every family. You can come here, learn how to play golf, whatever you want to do, flex with your partner, flex with your girlfriend, flex with your lover. It's all up to you. And no one is going to chase you out. So we must start by educating these South Africans, these Africans, and also encouraging Nigerians to believe more in Nigeria, because that has to be done. A lot of Nigerians have lost hope in the country. They don't think that good things are actually happening in the country, but a lot is happening. People are not just showing it. People are not seeing it. If all of these things I'm showing you in Benin City were found in some African countries, they'll use it to be posting it on social media all the time to drag other countries and show off and say, oh, look at, we have this, we have that, we have this, we have that. But Nigerians have it all, and no one is hearing from them because they are busy chasing money. In Nigeria, for your money to impress somebody, for your success to impress others, the success or the money has to be big. Your money has to be very, very big, because in Nigeria, you have wealthy people. You have people in Nigeria who own more than 20 cars. I'm not talking of cheap cars. I'm talking of heavy machines. You understand? If you need to see wealth in Africa, come to Nigeria. If you have never been to Nigeria, you will never see black wealth, as in black billionaires, black people having money, black people spending money. You understand? That's what Africans really need to know. And most importantly, South Africans. I go tell now the truth. South Africans, I go give una wutu every day until una go learn to respect other African countries. Because according to you people are the America of Africa. Meanwhile, you people actually don't have anything in your country. That's why we are coming back to this topic. Thank you guys for watching this amazing video. It's your boy Ajay Maxi on this one again. Smash the like button, smash the notification bell. I guarantee you that we're not going to stop until we see some great change happening in Africa. Nigerians in the diaspora, Benin people in Italy, Benin and Edo people all over the world. Thank you guys for building such a great state. Come back for more. God bless y'all.